Alright man, listen, this is long overdue. It's been a year since I did this, and by this, I mean a video drawing current NBA stars in different styles. So for more specifics, this video I'm picking 5 NBA stars to draw along with 5 different styles. So I'm gonna attempt to complete this top row here. The bottom row I'll handle possibly next week. Y'all can help me decide later in the video who to include in that row, but stick around to see what styles and players I'm gonna draw now, cause I'm getting started right away. I'm gonna change it up and sketch with something different than my normal lead pencil. Let me just sharpen this thing up real quick. I need a fine point. Now I told y'all this. I was eventually gonna draw Giannis again, and listen, this time it's with a fantasy style, which I never attempted before with him. So let me see if I can figure out this sketch.
Rockin' fake J's, praying that nobody know. Watch him take my dog away, it was way too hard to stay composed. Fight to see the light.
Here's some of the early planning sketches I had of Giannis in this style. I was testing things out, seeing what works. But you can guess what's next in the process. I gotta reach for some of the markers and add some color to his skin and uniform.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Right back where I left because I.
But as y'all may know, the NBA playoffs are going on right now, at least at the time of this video. You know, when I was in the planning phase, I had a ton of notes laid out of different players, trying to figure out which ones I wanted to include in this video. You know, it took me a while to come to a final decision of who I was gonna draw and which styles. Now, I chose not to add in outlines like I normally do. I like how this Giannis came out though, but we still gotta move on to the next player. Now this is a style I've been planning to attempt for almost like half a year, and I'm finally getting to it now, which is the graffiti style. So I taped some brick texture paper down, and I'm gonna draw Jayson Tatum and try to give it a spray paint graffiti effect.
So you gotta pass, but I'm knowing life is fast.
Now I can't use my markers or colored pencils on this brick paper, so I had to grab some of my Posca acrylic paint pens.
You seeing what I'm on, but you don't know me like that. Don't come in and tease.
Now I actually drew Tatum last year, and I actually used that old drawing and transferred it here, but I'm obviously adjusting it with a different medium, the Posca, and I'm making other tweaks so it can fit into more of a graffiti look.
Some of my budget. You trying to tell me the way that you moving is not an ulterior motive. Interior plush, I'm the.
But similar to my list of players, I had a ton of styles I had planned to pick from. Like I said, graffiti was highlighted in a circle because I knew I was gonna have to do this. I've been putting it off for too long. Let me know which ones you see that I might have to use in the next video.
So I keep my cuff full and my trust in us. So you gotta pass, but
now let me add in a splatter spray paint effect behind them to make it look more graffiti-like. And then I'll show you what this drawing of Tatum came out looking like.
You seeing what I'm on, but you don't know me like that.
But hey, this came out better than I anticipated. I'm definitely gonna have to bring this back in the future, but we gotta move on, man. Now we gotta make a quick trip to Miami because we gotta draw Jimmy Butler now. So let me get a quick sketch real quick. So I'm drawing Jimmy Butler in my old style that I used to use. And when I did this old style, I loved adding a really bold outline, so I have to include that. Now Jimmy had to be included. It was mandatory after the performances he's been having this postseason, the 56-point game, beating the #1 seed. And I also say this all the time. I say it all the time. Miami has the best uniforms in the league, and I really wanted to draw their mashup jersey, so I had to include it in here. Now, like I said earlier, I'm handling the top row of this paper in this video, and I'm gonna save the bottom row for the next video, maybe in a week or so. But y'all can help me decide who to include in that bottom row for the next video. You know, I got some names in mind. I was planning it. I have some names circled and stuff, but nothing is locked in. You know, it's fluid. It's not locked in right now, especially with the playoffs happening. So y'all let me know who you want to see. Let me add in the color with a quick snap. Listen, you can see how this Jimmy Butler came out looking. Let me know your thoughts, but we gotta move on to the next one now. Big change coming here. I'm gonna sketch out this next style on my iPad through Procreate, and then I'm gonna transfer the digital sketch onto my paper. So let me get started with this year's MVP in a newspaper comic style. I couldn't possibly put this out and not include the 2023 MVP Joel Embiid. I had to put him in there, it was mandatory. I also had to use one of the styles that are a little bit more further away from the realistic side of things, because they're really fun to make and they add a lot of life to the overall composition. I really enjoy using different mediums for these videos because it adds a lot more contrast between the styles while also motivating me to improve and learn with that particular medium. Here we got the Procreate sketch. Let me just transfer it to the paper. There's some very important stuff I have to add to this drawing though, starting with the ink. So let me splash that on. Now, I might as well throw in some color as well. Here is the MVP Embiid in the newspaper comic style. Now, TRAE Young, Ice TRAE is who we got next in anime style. Now, obviously going off the nickname Ice TRAE, I gotta add in the cold theme. So I'm putting him in his like signature pose where he's like shivering and looking like it's 50 below outside. I have to do that. I was working hard to try to finish this during the day, this particular drawing, but I had to work on it overnight because of the hands. I didn't want it to look like the AI hands. I kept on erasing and drawing it over till I was somewhat happy with how it looked.
Damn, baby, why your mans keep hating? You asking about the cake,
But don't leave yet, because I got a few details to add on that I think is going to make a big significance. And of course, I'll show you the reveal of all 5 styles together. Let me just cut this top row off and separate it from the bottom.
Confidence, yeah.
So this is how it came out looking, man. Let me know which one came out the best to you, but most of all, let me know what next 5 styles, 5 players you want to see in the next video, because I still have that bottom row and I'm going to release that video in a week or so, so let me know. But thank you guys for watching. I'm really happy with how this came out. New videos coming soon, so please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm out.